My message is clear. Don't harm my city. Don't harm my state. Otherwise, you've got to go through me.
This is getting ridiculous. Is Letitia James trying to bury herself? Is she snitching on herself? Like, maybe it would be a good idea if she just said these allegations are baseless and just stop talking about it, because this doesn't make any sense. So I just dropped a video about the Senator Adam Schiff, that what he was doing mortgage fraud, and there was a clip that I put in there that is being discussed by a few YouTube channels about Letitia James and what she said just a couple of days ago. I think actually just yesterday. So guys, buckle up, because we might have just caught New York Attorney General Letitia James on camera slipping again. If you don't know, she's the same AG that's been going after Trump, throwing legal grenades at the real estate moguls, and just painting herself as the queen of ethics. But in this recent clip we're about to play, she says something that sounds a lot like an accidental confession. Yeah, we're talking about the mortgage fraud, the paperwork lies, the oops, I didn't mean to write that level of damage control. Let's just roll the tape.
This investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless.
The probe centers on charges she falsified records related to her home in Brooklyn and loan documents for a Virginia property she was co-signing for a niece.
It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be.
Okay, so did you catch that? Letitia James said, and I quote,
that I was a state of Virginia.
On the power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was in the state of Virginia, a whole state. You became Virginia. That's wild. But all right, jokes aside, here's where things get really serious. She admits she wrote on a legal document that she was a Virginia resident, then turns around and says that she told a mortgage broker in all caps, in her words, that she is not a resident and never will be. Bruh, that is basically a direct contradiction on paper. And this isn't some Amazon return slip. We're talking about the mortgage paperwork tied to a real estate transaction involving legal residency claims. That's federal territory. That's the same kind of detail that regular folks get investigated for fraud. So either she didn't read what she signed, or she thought she can clean this up later and no one will notice. But here's the thing. When you are the Attorney General, the top cop of New York, and you're telling the public, I hold people accountable, you don't get to shrug off serious paperwork errors like this. This is not just a typo. This is material misrepresentation. And for those who spend years chasing Donald Trump and other people over paperwork lies and real estate valuations, this just smells really hypocritical. When you think about it, imagine Trump saying, oops, I didn't mean that I lived at Mar-a-Lago full time. It was just a paperwork mistake. Letitia James will be on CNN, MSNBC before he even finished his sentence. So let's zoom up for a second. Because of this clip, this is not just a slip of the tongue, this is a puzzle piece. The whole thing connects back to the long list of weird financial red flags around Letitia James. That Virginia property that she signed a mortgage for. She told a court in other documents that it was her principal residence, but left off her official state financial disclosure. Then there's another Virginia property where she listed phantom mortgages that don't exist. Meanwhile, a real mortgage that does exist. She conveniently left that out. And let's not forget the Brooklyn house. Investigators are saying there is inconsistencies in how she reported ownership and occupancy. So like, how are you accidentally misreporting property after property year after year in multiple states? At this point, this is not just a paperwork issue. It's a pattern of fraudulent behavior, allegedly. And remember, this is the same Letitia James who sued Trump for falsifying asset values. She said, quote, no one is above the law. Well, guess what? That same energy better come back around, because you can't beat a sheriff if your own paperwork is this dirty. She's painting herself as a victim now and calling this investigation retribution, but you don't get to yell witch hunt after you hand them the broom. It looks like she's trying to fight this case in the court of public opinion. So she's going after Trump really aggressively, suing him multiple times in multiple different things across the state, linking up with other attorney generals.
She bragged about filing 23 suits challenging the legality of the executive orders signed by the president that she said do harm to New Yorkers.
My message is clear. Don't harm my city. Don't harm my state. Otherwise, you've got to go through me.
I don't know if she's even really trying to fight this case in court. I think she wants enough people to believe that she's being unfairly targeted, despite the fact that there's so much issues with the way she filled out some of this paperwork, that maybe she'll get someone, a prosecutor or even the judge, to lean on her side and just believe that this is just a mistake, even though there's multiple mistakes on multiple properties across multiple states. That's the only thing I can think of how she's going to be able to get out of this, because there's too many issues with the way she's been moving around in real estate. Just too many problems. And the fact that she made an enemy out of Trump and now the DOJ is on her, how is she gonna get out of this? So the $1 million question is, if Letitia James wasn't Letitia James, would she be already facing charges? Because if it was you or me making mistakes on mortgage applications, mortgage documents across state lines, I think they will be cuffing us before brunch. This isn't just one form. It's a whole house of cards built on shaky signatures and strategic omissions. And guess what? The feds are watching, so stay locked in, because we're going to keep peeling back every single layer of this story. Seems like there's something happening every single day. It's hard to keep up, to be honest, because the deeper you dig, the messier it gets. So it is what it is. But real quick, shout out to 100,000 of you who have subscribed to this channel. You made this platform where it is. And again, we're just getting started. So if you want early access to breakdowns like this, or just to support the grind, check out my Patreon. The link will be in the description. And don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter. Keep you guys informed of what's going on in this channel. But this story isn't over. It looks like it's just getting started. So let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.